If I move crypto from an exchange like Coinbase to a wallet like Arculus, is it still on the exchange also? Can they move it or sell it? This gives me a chance to answer one of my very favorite questions, which is, where does my crypto live? Can I get it physically in my hands? What happens when I move it? And so much more is going to make sense to you if you watch this video. I got my trusty dusty whiteboard, and I'm going to explain it to you by comparing McDonald's business model to Bitcoin. The very first McDonald's restaurant was a place you could go to get the burgers and fries you knew and loved. You couldn't make them at home. Even if you knew the recipe, you had to go here to get one of these burgers. Over time, people paid money to expand this franchise to other stores. Now we have McDonald's all across the world, but the thing about this is everything McDonald's does is owned and controlled by an operation, a headquarters, an owner, stockholders, people who ultimately get to approve this network of people, who gets added to it, who's able to operate a restaurant, and to determine over time what food is sold in those restaurants. When you go to McDonald's, you are playing by their rules. No shirt, no shoes, no service. The Bitcoin network started as one person running the Bitcoin protocol, which just tracks exchanges of ownership of Bitcoin on their computer. Over time, because this protocol was open sourced, which means anybody anywhere can see it or choose to run it on their computer, other people who wanted to use Bitcoin to transfer money added their computers as nodes to the network. And then these computers caught up to, maintained, and could help do the work of adding to this record going forward. Anytime anybody wanted to send Bitcoin, this growing network of computers can help handle and facilitate it. Now let's talk about cryptocurrency exchanges. These are like McDonald's. They are in the business of preparing the food, or in this case, the cryptocurrency. They have a nice restaurant that's clean and safe for you to eat in or take your food away from. They are connected to the highways and streets in your town. They're connected to DoorDash. They make it really convenient for you to go in their restaurant and get their recipes, get their food. And rather than burgers, Coinbase has Bitcoin. They've got great big piles of Bitcoin in their restaurant that they're waiting to sell you. They've already procured it. They themselves run a computer that's part of this network. They participate in many cryptocurrency networks, like a big super fast food store. They have every recipe you want. They got Bitcoin, they got Ethereum. And just like McDonald's, when you walk into their restaurant, you play by their rules. They've got staff who are allowed to go behind the counter, get the Bitcoin, send it to you. They've got operating hours. They've got customer service. Just like McDonald's has food inspectors come, they have regulators come check up on them. They have a legal team. They have to follow compliance. And when you're using cryptocurrency on their platform, you go to their business. You get a username and password. You don't connect to the Bitcoin network or any other cryptocurrency network directly. Now, if you use a crypto wallet, an app or website like MetaMask or Trust or Exodus or Rabby, or if you use a cold storage wallet, a hardware device like Arculus or Ledger, then you are cooking the food at home. Rather than participating in a closed model like McDonald's or Coinbase, you are participating in an open source movement. When you request to send Bitcoin, you request one of these many computers. There are literally tens of thousands of them all around the world, operated by individuals and companies. They receive your request. They check their record of what you are entitled to do or own against all these other copies of the record to build consensus. And if the conditions are met, for example, if I want to send 1 Bitcoin, they're checking to see, do I have 1 Bitcoin assigned to my ownership, the ownership of my private key, in the record that they have a copy of and the rest of the network maintains. Then they reassign ownership of my Bitcoin. They deduct it from my record, they add it to your record. And this is the part that confuses people, is nothing in this process is physically sent. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are digital. This means that they do not physically exist. We access them through computers with the help of computer code run on all these computers who keep a record of who owns what on the Bitcoin network. Remember, we're comparing Bitcoin to ba-da-ba-ba-ba because this is a closed model. This is open. Both of them rely on a digital record because that's what cryptocurrency is. But in this instance, that record is owned by one company. In this instance, it is shared, owned by everyone and no one, and anyone can participate in the circle. So coming all the way back to this question, if you move crypto, wherever you move it from, wherever you move it to, and whether Coinbase is doing it for you or the decentralized members of the network, your tokens are reassigned from one account to another. The previous owner is no longer entitled to spend them or send them. For all intents and purposes, though you did not send them, they are gone from the balance. And one more thing I want to share about why this model, open source, self-custody, is cool. If you rely on McDonald's for your burgers, or you rely on Coinbase for your crypto, and one day they close, you might be locked out. You'll never get those burgers or that crypto again. But when your tokens are assigned to your private key that you control on a decentralized network, even if one of these computers goes down, even if 10,000 of them go down, all it takes is one. And the entire network can be rebuilt from that. Anyone, anywhere in the world with an internet connection can access this. And if it was to stop, because you've got your private key, that piece of information that proves you own your crypto, you can take it anywhere else in the world. And as long as the protocol is running, you'll be able to access it. Even if your wallet company goes out of business, even if that exchange you like to use goes down, it's yours. And I know a lot of people learning about crypto have a hard time understanding why, if it's not physical money, it can be valuable. But just think, your physical money printed and controlled by your government, by your bank, constantly inflated by politicians that maybe you did or didn't choose, but who have more power than you. Isn't it better to rely on something as a store of value that no one owns or controls, but that is aligned with the interests of all of us, that can't be forged or faked, that can't be double spent? I think the answer, even though I can't touch it, is yes. Leave your questions in the comments and let me help you figure this crypto thing out.